Want to know why this mogul skiing dog is so unhappy? By the way, this is a series about skiing moguls. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, check them out in the link. Hi, Skier Steve here again. In the previous video, we evolved the mogul survival technique of side slipping by making sure we are facing downhill. The whole purpose of side slipping is to manage our speed. But constantly side slipping doesn't allow us to ever pick up speed. What should we do if we want to go a little bit faster? We can migrate the side slip from the front of the mogul off to the side. As we work our way through the moguls, we can manage our speed by where we choose to slip down the mogul. As we slide down the front of the mogul, we slow ourselves down. And as we slide more to the side of the mogul, we can speed ourselves up. If we find we are picking up a bit too much speed, we have 3 things we can do to slow ourselves down. First, as we approach the trough, we can flare our skis to exaggerate the slide. When we flare our skis, we push the tails of the skis against the trough to create the friction that slows us down. It's almost like a bit of a hockey stop, except we don't need to come to a full stop, and there's no puck flying at us like a pile of prairie coal. But we are actually using friction to slow us down some. Second, we can catch ourselves in the trough by bending our knees as we mentioned previously. If you give this a try, you will find it actually slows you down quite a bit. It's not so abrupt that it's uncomfortable, but just enough to allow you to collect your composure. Third, on the following mogul, we can move our slide more towards the center line. Moving from the sides of the mogul to the front increases friction and works like riding the brake pedal. As you experiment with this technique, you're bound to find yourself being scooped by a mogul. If you're wondering what it means to be scooped, just be assured that you will know it when it happens. You recognize that you are being scooped when suddenly the tips of your skis seem to go shooting up out of the trough. This is an unsettling feeling, to be sure. The first few times this happens, you will probably fall on your rear end or back and may have a bit of a yard sale. The alternative to falling is to try to ride it out by skiing across the tops of several moguls until you can figure out how to slow down. Neither result is pleasant nor desirable. We get scooped when we are leaning back too far and probably have our body sideways to the slope. I understand. It's natural to want to do this to protect yourself, but with practice we can overcome these tendencies. In the next video, I'll discuss what to do when you get scooped. But for now, let's summarize the main points from this video. 1. We can control our speed in the bumps by where we choose to slide down the mogul. 2. We can also slow ourselves by flaring as we approach the trough and by bending our knees in the trough. 3. When we are leaning back too much and probably have our bodies sideways to the slope, we can get scooped. Check out the next video to see what to do about being scooped. Do you have mogul skiing tips that work for you? Please share your tips in the comments. Also, click subscribe to see more of my mogul skiing content.